Visual Studio is an integrated development environment, IDE. The integrated part of IDE means that Visual Studio contains features that complement every aspect of software development. You can use Visual Studio to write code in C++, C#, Visual Basic, JavaScript, TypeScript, Python, and more. Let's open some project to get a better look at the IDE interface. Consider the application menu. The file menu contains commands to create, open, and save projects. The edit menu contains commands to search, modify, and refactor your code. The view menu is where you go to open additional tool windows in Visual Studio. The project menu lets you add files and dependencies in your project. The debug menu contains commands to run your code and use debugger features. The tools menu contains commands to change your settings, add functionality to Visual Studio via extensions, and access various Visual Studio tools. The main window contains a code editor, is where you write your code, and additional tool window such as Solution Explorer and Output window. You can add additional tool windows by using the View menu at the top. The IDE has two basic window types: tool windows and document windows. Tool windows include Solution Explorer, Server Explorer, Output window, Error list, Designers, the Debugger window, and some other windows. Document windows contain source code files, arbitrary text files, config files, and so on. When you click and drag the title bar of a tool window or the tab of document window, a guide diamond appears. Now the window can be docked in a new position. Tool window can be docked anywhere inside the IDE frame, and also they can be docked as tabbed windows with other tool windows. Some tool windows can be docked as tabbed windows in the editor frame. Document windows can be docked within the editor frame. Subgroups extend your ability to manage limited workspace while you are working with two or more open documents in the IDE. When you have to view or edit two locations at once in a document, you can split windows. Visual Studio Projects and Solution Concept. Project contains all the source code files, images, data files, etc. that are compiled into an executable library or website. A project also contains compiler settings and other configuration files. A project is defined in an XML file with an extension such as csproj or vsproj. This file contains a virtual folder hierarchy and paths of all the items in the project. It also contains the build settings. Solution. It's a simple container for one or more projects, along which you build information, Visual Studio Windows settings, and any miscellaneous files that aren't associated with a particular project. A solution is described by a text file extension SLN. To create a console project, on the menu bar choose File, New Project to open New Project dialog box. In the New Project dialog, select Install Visual C++. Then select the Windows Console Application template. In the Name edit box, enter your project name. Choose OK button to create solution with your app project. The project and solution with the basic files for Windows console application are created and automatically loaded into Solution Explorer. The main project file is opened in the code editor. If you have an existing Visual Studio project, you can open it by going to File, Open, Project Solution. When you edit code, Visual Studio automatically detects error in it. Wavy red lines appear under potential error in your code. Hovering over this line gives you information about the error it indicates. The error message also appears in the error list window. You can display this window by choosing View Error List on the menu bar. If you click on the line with the error description in the error list window, the cursor in the code editor will move to the line containing this error. Let's fix errors in the program code. To build your code in the menu bar, choose Build Solution. Visual Studio builds active solution and reports progress in output window. Take a first look at the Visual Studio debugger. When you debug your app, it usually means that you are running the application with the attached debugger. When you do this, the debugger provides many ways to see what your code is doing while it runs. A breakpoint indicates where Visual Studio should suspend your running code, so you can take a look at the values of variables while the application is running. You can set a breakpoint by clicking in the margin to the left of a line of code. Let's add some breakpoints to our code. Click this button and the debugger runs your project to the first breakpoint. The yellow arrow represents the statement on which the debugger paused. When you are on line of code that is function or method call, you can advance the debugger without stepping into function or method in your app code. Just click this button. So you can skip all the code that you are not interested in. Click this button to execute the program up to the line where the cursor is located. Using this button is similar to setting a temporary breakpoint. Features that allow you to inspect variables are some of the most useful features of the debuggers. While paused in the debugger, hover over an object with the mouse and you see its current value. In the Autos window, you see variables along with their current value and their type. The Autos window shows all variables used on the current line or the preceding line. Next, look at the Locals window. The Locals window shows you the variables that are currently in scope. You can use the Watch window to specify a variable or an expression you want to monitor. To add an expression to a Watch window while debugging, right-click an object and choose Add Watch. Learn by yourself. Other window management and application debugging features in Visual Studio, including using hotkeys. The ability to change value manually while debugging an application.